Guys, John Claymore here, Slash Commander 33. Of course, I do the slash because this video is going to be going on both channels. And I finally got into it. I can finally tell you guys my problem with the whole buddy bro vet concept. And of course, you're looking at the thumbnail and you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, here he goes again. He's going to go after Black Rifle Coffee. Well, Black Rifle Coffee, Nine Line Apparel, and a lot of other companies that have gotten big, stepping over smaller veteran-owned companies. Now, really quick, I'm not attacking the mission statement or anything like that right there. If these companies work with vets, they work with disabled vets or whatever, I am 100% okay with that. I myself am a vet, as you guys know, and I'm 100% fine with that, okay? However, I am not in favor of handing my money over to woke companies, especially companies that shill for the establishment. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this is because, you see, I think the whole buddy bro vet concept kind of subverts what the military's mission is. When you join the military to serve your country. Now, some guys obviously go in there for free college, whatnot. That's very, very few and far between. Normally, if you're trying to get to combat, you typically decide to join the Marines because it's got the shortest line to get in. The Army, of course, would probably be the second shortest line to get in, even though it's actually the biggest branch. Of course, if you want to travel the seas, you want to go look at things across the world, you think the Navy. Even though if you join the Marines, you actually see more of the world because you've got embassy postings and things of that nature there. Also more overseas postings. But if you're in the Navy, of course, you get to go to ports and whatnot, and you do have the opportunity to see in the world. Now, the problem I've got with BRCC and Nine Line Apparel and all these other places is not just the fact that some of these companies stepped over smaller companies to get ahead. Now, by the way, we've already had this conversation about BRCC's donations to the DNC. This is a company that claims to be pro-2A, yet they donate their money, they donate your money from your purchasing to all these politicians who are on the left who want to take your guns away, especially even some on the right. Dan Crenshaw, for example, is in favor of red flag gun laws. I've done 2 or 3 videos on Dan Crenshaw mentioning some of his scummy behavior. Of course, he's not who he presents himself to be. Now, guys, before we get in this, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share the video, also sign up in the comment section, and let's go ahead and dive into this. Now, BRCC, we already know how this whole thing started. It started with Kyle Rittenhouse. Then, of course, there was a New York Times article. Heavy Duty Country did 2 separate videos, and of course, he had to come out and do a 3rd video where he had to apologize. Heavy Duty Country had an opportunity to make himself fair, to actually take down somebody, actually expose someone. He chose not to do that. The guy Preppers Bunkers Outdoors, on the other hand, he continues to do it, and of course, he does a very good job at this. He exposes frauds. Also, there are other multiple channels out there. Jeremy the Quartering, he does a good job of this right here too. And of course, we were all sitting back after the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict, and we're saying to ourselves, you know what, man, maybe you guys should apologize. Of course, I did a video of this the other day. Also, I've done about 6 or 7 videos on BRCC and their Democratic Party donations and how they're really just a bunch of fakes and a bunch of frauds. We'll dive a little bit further into that in a little bit. But one of the ways you know they're fakes and they're frauds is by the way they present themselves. You see, they presented themselves in the fashion that was supposed to be, I guess, comical and kind of funny. Well, that serves 2 purposes that I don't think helps the military out. Number one, it makes the military look like a giant joke. Now, guys, when I was in the Marine Corps, obviously we played pranks on one another. We joked around one another. We did all kinds of funny stuff. But we did it within the confines of the barracks, and we don't really talk much about that type of stuff outside because it's not meant to be talked about. Some of that stuff offends other people. And as veterans, we got to keep ourselves in check. We got to hold ourselves accountable. Of course, Blackriflecoffee, they released an ad the other day on YouTube that I thought was absolutely sick. I mean, this right here is not the whole ad, but I'll just go ahead and let you guys see it for yourself.
You ready for more?
Welcome to the Military Uniform Fabulous Fashion Show, where we invade
Fashion.
That man hasn't had a carb in 10 years.
Oh, seriously. Put your camera paint in my mouth.
It's a real-life Navy SEAL.
Okay, we have a private. I'm loving it. And his dependopotamus. I want to see more.
Boys, we were not sure if the National Guard was going to show up, but here.
Guys, I know that this right here is designed to be funny. And like I said, if you want to have fun with it, go right ahead. But I think one of the ways you're subverting the military is you're making it look like it's just this one giant joke, okay? And by the way, this looks like a frat party, which, by the way, the military is not a frat party. It's starting to look more and more woke. And as you guys can see, it's starting to look a little bit effeminate. Another problem is this right here. The fact that you're presenting it as a frat party makes it look like it's not very serious, and then the mission itself is not serious at all. And it also weakens and is starting to feminize the military itself. Now, by the way, when you hold a rifle for a living and when you go overseas to fight wars, you need to actually be the type of person who's actually tough and strong mentally and emotionally to be able to fight those wars. And if you have a bunch of guys who go in thinking it's just one giant frat party, then, well, they're not going to take it serious, okay? When they go in, of course, they're going to get a rude awakening, and with all the wokeness going on, you're already destroying our military as it is. You're breaking down the unit. You're forcing everybody to look at things through race. You're forcing everybody to look at things through gender. And you're actually killing the overall morale of the unit. You see, this is one of the problems I have with the buddy bro vet concept. Not to mention the fact that we all know about Black Rifle Coffee. I'm saying it again, the donations to the Democratic Party. How the hell can you be a 2A company, a pro 2A company, but yet donate all your money? The money, by the way, comes to you from regular civilians who are pro-Second Amendment, pro-veteran. Why are you donating that money to the Democratic Party, the people who are trying to take the guns away from you? Also, it's not just Democratic Party. Of course, Dan Crenshaw. I'll do a video at a later date explaining him another time. Dan Crenshaw is in favor of red flag laws. Okay? Look, I have great respect for Marcus Luttrell. He's running for Congress down there in Texas. Let me see what type of platform he has before I decide to actually throw my support behind him, okay? You need to actually vet these people before you decide to actually support them. And that right there is one of the biggest problems that we have with companies like BRCC. They came out as a joke. Of course, everything was funny. Everything was all good to go. They made some great videos, some funny videos. Hell, I even actually used to enjoy them. But then the reality hits you that they're really just fakes. They take your money and they give them to people to actually work against you, not to mention the merger. Just now, I saw some BRCC stuff right there at Dunham Sports, right down the road from me. I thought it was just Bass Pro Shop. You see what I'm saying? These people have been paid off. All right? That's just who they are. I mean, they're obviously fake. They're fraud. I mean, you can't trust Matt Best. You can't trust Evan Hafer. I mean, go back and look at all the actual evidence and all the receipts. Like I said, I'll put my videos in the comment section where I provide more receipts. I'm just giving you guys my problem with the Buddy Bro Vet concept. And if they are actually woke and they're pushing this wokeness, then you don't need to give your money over to them, okay? That's another issue I have with the Buddy Bro Vet concept. Also, something else to this Buddy Bro Vet concept. I mean, like I said, we've already gone over wokeness. We've already gone over frat parties. We've already gone over effeminization of the military. And then I'm watching Lauren Chin 2 days ago. And this guy right here, I swear to God, the guy who claimed he was going to dox Alex Jones. By the way, I'm not a fan of Alex Jones. I'm just bringing this up because people on the right don't dox other people. This guy right here, Dan Holloway. Now, I got this video from Lauren Chin. I had not seen this. But here's an example of wokeness run amok. Let me just go ahead and run this. This is probably a very old clip, but let me show you guys what I mean.
You don't need to put yourself in this situation. This kid, 17, obviously something's wrong with him. Like he's stupid or crazy. One of those two things. Because only a stupid or crazy person at that age would go out there. Like he either has some kind of weird hero complex or he's got some kind of like hatred for these people. Whether not necessarily racial. Maybe he just like disagrees politically and he's an angry little white kid that doesn't know how to handle his emotions. We see those all the goddamn time. Yeah. Most active shooters are that, actually, statistically speaking. So who knows what the he was doing? I really don't care to speculate on it because, like you, I don't give two about this guy.
This right here shows me that these people right here reacted very, very quickly to the mainstream media. Now, guys, if you remember the Kyle Rittenhouse case, there was a lot of fake news going on. Yet if you went to YouTube and you got the actual videos on Twitter of exactly what happened, you knew that it was self-defense. Now, for Dan Holloway, who, by the way, has been on Tucker Carlson multiple times, to then turn back around and say, well, this kid right here has obviously got a lot of pent-up rage. And dude, he works in that area. He was there to clean up graffiti and provide aid to protesters if they got hurt. It just so happens that they decided to burn a trash can in front of him. He put it out. Then he was chased by a child pedophile, Joseph Rosenbaum. They go around the car. Rosenbaum gets close. Kyle actually points the weapon at Rosenbaum to deter him, pulls it back. Then when he pulls it right back again, Rosenbaum puts his hand on it. Kyle Rittenhouse pumps 3 rounds in him, takes off running, runs to go try to find the cops. He even called the ambulance for Rosenbaum, runs down the road, actually gets down the road. Next thing you know, one guy has attacked him, then another guy has attacked him, and then jump kick man attacks him, and his skateboard man attacks him. Kyle gets up thinking he's about to get hit in the head again, which he'd already been hit before, pops him, and then Gage Grosskreutz comes in with his pistol pointed down, okay, right there at Kyle, and of course Kyle puts one in his arm. You see, Dan Holloway is a classic example of trying to push a media narrative. You see, he was doing that on the Drinking Bros podcast. By the way, I did a video, the fourth video I did on BRCC was their one where they claimed they were going to dox Alex Jones. That right there is the most ratioed video on the Drinking Bros podcast. Actually, I don't really watch them. And the reason why I don't watch them is because they've got fakes and frauds like BRC coming up there. Jared Taylor, of course, whined and cried. Of course, but dude, we don't whine and cry like that. Yes, some of us have got PTSD, but dude, we get help, we get stronger, okay? By the way, PTSD is not a weakness. It's an anxiety disorder. It comes from what you've seen overseas and what you're carrying over. Basically what it is anxiety and things of that nature there. You get therapy for it, you get treated, you get stronger as a result of it. You see what I'm saying? Nothing to be ashamed of, okay? By the way, it also reminds me of a clip in here from Bass Root, and he had a conversation with Jesse Peterson, and the same exact thing got brought up in that conversation. Even though Bass Root is not a veteran, I just want to bring it in for you guys to see what I'm talking about when it comes to PTSD and the common misconception. The thing is this right here. The buddy bro vet concept, I believe, is designed to subvert the military in multiple ways. It's designed to make it look like a frat party. It's designed to feminize it. And at the same time, it's designed to give people the wrong impression. Okay? If you got a bunch of guys who got a wrong impression, then you're going to have a bunch of short timers, and they're probably going to develop more issues later on in life because they were not mentally prepped to actually handle it. When I joined the Marine Corps, and I'm going to end the video on this note right here. When I joined the Marine Corps in 2003, I had been told the entire time, it's going to be rough, it's going to be tough, but it's all a giant game. I was already prepped for that, and I did not view the military as an actual, honest-to-God frat party. I struggled when I was in the military because, for the most part, I was just an idiot. I was just slow. I was very, very dumb. I wasn't very smart, and I had a hard time. I did my 2 tours. I got through those 2 tours because the men I served with were better than me, and most of those men were prepped going in. I served with a lot of very, very good guys, especially people who actually were able to put up with my lowly, stupid ass. They actually took care of me better than I would ever think about taking care of myself. I learned a lot of that. I got by in a lot of ways. I owe those guys everything I have, and those guys, I believe, were actually prepped for what was coming in. You're bringing a lot of guys in here that are now getting the wrong idea because BRCC is so popular, and you're getting the wrong idea of how the military is. You're also making the military and veterans look like a joke to those who did not serve. That's part of the reason why we got these people who are say stuff like, well, I don't need to be in the military to actually be effective at this work. Okay, that may be true. That's another video for another day, but still at the same time, though, it's part of the reason why it's a problem. You see, BRCC is comic relief, and they're kind of a joke. And, of course, now we know that they're a joke that works for the establishment, and they actually really and truly do not care about two-way because they're more interested in taking away your guns than actually helping you out. And like I said, guys, they may do great things with veterans. That is awesome if they do, but here's the thing. Your money is going there to them for these guys to make these videos, to make fun of the military, make a mockery of the military, and then turn right back around afterwards and then take that money and donate it to politicians who want to take your guns away, i.e. a Republican or a rhino like Dan Crenshaw, other rhinos in the freaking Congress and the Senate, and, of course, Democrats, of course, as you guys know, who always are very, very much anti-Second Amendment. Basically, what I'm trying to say is don't give these people your money because of what they're doing to your two-way rights or how they're trying to work against you. Don't give them your money because they're selling us. Nine Line Apparel, and I understand I want to talk about Nine Line Apparel too, but we end up going this rant about BRCC. I apologize about that right there, but you know me, I don't work on the script. They do that right there while at the same time making a mockery of the military and making a mockery of vets and giving people the wrong impression of who we are. Guys, once again, John Claymore, Commander 33. If you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, sound off in the comment section, and I will see you guys later.